Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Munyaradzi Mahiya from LCD Young Voices Zimbabwe. I am going to speak about how young people with disabilities are trying to make a difference and to advocate for inclusion through funding from the European Union in Zimbabwe. Young Voices are groups of young people with different types of disabilities actively campaigning in over 30 countries, including Zimbabwe. Young Voices believes that we as young people can direct effective change to our lives through direct lobbying and advocacy. Given equal opportunities, the sky is the limit for people with disabilities. As young people with disabilities, we have ideas, passion, and we want change. And it's only through us that can active change come. We advocate for the rights of all youth with disabilities to learn and to go to school, access to public buildings, transport, healthcare, information, cultural and sports facilities for all persons with disabilities, the right to work and earn a living, and the right to participate actively in community and public life through advocating for the ratification of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities in my country. We also raise awareness in other issues concerning these disability rights, including sexuality, security, livelihoods, and access to adequate representation. Through the Young Voices project, as a campaigner, I have been afforded many platforms to advocate and lobby for the rights of young people with disabilities by making sure that we are heard. For instance, I have worked with the Ministry of Youth Indigenization and Empowerment in Zimbabwe through the Junior Parliament program, which is running under a strict theme that ensures that the rights of children with disabilities are safeguarded with integrity. The theme is guided by the Day of the African Child, and the theme is as follows: the rights of children with disabilities, the duty to respect, promote, protect, and fulfill. This theme aims to uplift the plight of children with disabilities and ameliorate their situation in Zimbabwe. Before I joined the Young Voices project, I was a bit misguided about the correct way of lobbying and advocating for my rights. However, this has since changed as I have been trained to become an effective campaigner who follows specific guidelines as described by the UNCRPD, therefore enabling me to effectively use these platforms that have been available to me and other Young Voices campaigners so as to impact on the lives of many young people with disabilities. More so, as an effective campaigner, many other organizations have sought for my expertise. These have enabled me to raise awareness on other issues concerning disability. Some of these organizations are SAF-AIDS and Justice for Children Trust. Through SAF-AIDS, I have become a regular on national television and radio advocating for sexual and reproductive health rights for young adults, and particularly representing young adults with disabilities. Furthermore, Justice for Children Trust has created a group of exceptional young individuals who represent various backgrounds, and this is known as the JCT alumni. I am a member of this panel, and my sole duty is to represent the children with disabilities and young adults with disabilities so as to ensure that they receive adequate legal representation, thereby commendably representing their rights as prescribed by the CRPD. Conclusively, the Young Voices project has instilled in me a sense of pride in representing all young persons with disabilities wherever I go, irregardless of the platform's requirements. Now my voice counts and I am heard. That is what I believe as the intended goal of the Young Voices project in all sectors of the society. In other words, getting heard, thereby effecting positive change for all. Young Voices Zimbabwe has managed to gather so much momentum such that we are now reaping results. For instance, the CRPD has been tabled for discussion in the Parliament this week. However, I express this with dismay. It has come to my attention that the project is ending in April. It is ending at a time when we are starting to reap what we had sown. I appeal to the European Union to extend the lifespan of the Young Voices global initiatives so that, like any other Young Voices group, we realize the fruits of our labor. I also appeal for the expansion of the Young Voices so that it incorporates children as young as 8 rather than the 16 to 5 age bracket to enable children to grow up being articulate in matters concerning their rights of disabilities. I also feel that the European Union could engage the African Union to come up with an Afrocentric version of the CRPD that is of urgent need. I also appeal to the EU that they fund more disability awareness raising initiatives such as television and radio programs to sensitize people on disability rights and issues. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. Good day.